If you've ever felt like thinking like a superhero is odd, I have some science for you that says it can actually be super beneficial. What's up everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to give you an objective approach on why we resonate so much with the mentalities of superheroes. One of the reasons for that is that some of those mentalities, like Superman's hope, are proven to be effective mentalities to improve your well-being. I study applied psychology and recently had to do a research about this. So in this video I'm gonna connect the mentalities of scientific literature to the mentalities you see in the movies, so that you can perhaps learn something from them to improve your own life. Let's get right into it. The first mentality that we're gonna talk about is resilience, which is heavily related to Kingdom Come Superman. Resilience is the ability to adapt and achieve wellness after experiencing tragedy. Kingdom Come Superman is a spectacular example of this because in this story, the Joker killed Clark's wife, aka Lois Lane, and all his friends.
My friends, my wife. I lost everyone in one fell swoop.
According to the social readjustment rating scale, the death of the spouse is generally the most stressful thing that can happen to someone. Yet, Superman still perseveres and remains to be a beacon of hope.
Put this on. This crest. I made a promise to keep fighting, no matter what.
Hey, why'd you add black to it?
God's Lois. Even in the darkest times, hope cuts through. Hope is the light that lifts us out of darkness.
Superman is an incredibly strong example of a resilient hero. The great news about this in real life is that it's not fairy tales. This is actually achievable and realistic. Humans can go through horrors, but the ability to be resilient and get back up is incredibly strong. In fact, recovery or a phase of resilience is proven to be the most reoccurring as opposed to people being seriously broken for a long period of time. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit skeptical about that. Research is not always black and white, but I do believe that humans have an incredibly strong ability to be resilient. One thing that helps to be resilient is to be optimistic, like Superman. But perhaps gaining resilience is more easier said than done. Perhaps we live in a hyper-realistic world and darkness is harder to overcome than simply hoping for the best. That is where the next mentality comes in, which is hardiness. And what better character to overcome darkness is there than the Batman? To first explain what hardiness is a combination of attitudes that provides the courage and motivation to do the hard, strategic work of turning stressful circumstances from potential disasters into growth opportunities. Long sentence, but I hope you get what I mean. This is incredibly in line with Bruce's arc in The Batman. We all know Batman is a traumatized boy, and in The Batman you can see how much of that trauma eats him up as he's so driven by revenge. But it's not just him, the whole city gets eaten up by that trauma. Riddler and his followers had a horrible childhood with stressful circumstances, and he literally turns that into disaster as he terrorizes the city and seeks revenge. But Bruce is the one who turns these stressful circumstances into growth opportunities. At some point he realizes that revenge is not a solution for dealing with trauma. Batman then realizes that people and himself should not be controlled by their negative circumstances. He says, "Vengeance won't change the past, mine or anyone else's. I need to become more. People need hope. The city has scars just like me. Our scars can destroy us, but if we survive them, they can transform us. They can give us the strength to endure and the strength to fight." Batman musters the courage to see the city's deteriorating internal conditions as an opportunity to grow internally, which is very in line with the concept of hardiness. Anything bad you've been through or are going through can very realistically turn into something good. Bullied or mistreated people, for example, often have the most empathy. Some people manage to view their hardships as something that made them a better person in the long run, or they gained hope, appreciation, community, or courage after something bad. There's generally a lot of things you can grow from. I will be making a video of the Batman soon, and I will be diving deeper into Bruce's arc, so stay tuned for that. One other mentality mentality of superheroes that is also objectively good for your well-being is the fact they help others. And if you want a way to implement that in your own life right now to help more and feel better, you can drop me a like if you're enjoying this video, because that helps me out a lot. Moving on to the last but not least mentality and character, which is Spider-Man. In Spider-Man No Way Home, there's a mentality that I've been using a lot recently, which is a coping mechanism called finding meaning into tragedy. What this is that when we experience tragedy, like a death or any bad event, we try to attach that to logical explanations as to why that happened, so that our world stays predictable and controllable. So we say stuff like, it's part of fate, it's part of life, the bad event was inevitable, etc. In summary, like I said, we try to find meaning into tragedy. And if you know the core of Spider-Man, you know that Peter Parker is a character that desperately needs this coping mechanism. In No Way Home, Peter sees the death of his aunt as meaningless as he tried to save the villains, who ended up killing her instead.
It's all my fault. She died for nothing.
But since the other Spider-Men have gone through that same loss of their Uncle Ben, they know how much meaning that death contains, as it taught them to become Spider-Man. Peter once says that even when his aunt was injured, she told him he did the right thing.
She told me that with great power comes great responsibility.
And when Toby finishes him off, when Andrew and Toby both nod that this is something they all went through, it all becomes clear that this is part of being Spider-Man. And thus, tragedy turns into meaning. But this isn't everything. What's actually the core of Spider-Man is that meaning also becomes positive meaning, which is the second phase of this concept. Searching for positive meaning is when you realize that tragedy can also bring a form of light with it. That can be learning a new lesson after the event, becoming a different person, learning from your mistakes, gaining appreciation for life, and generally realizing that the event wasn't all tragedy. This gets displayed right here, because after the Spider-Man connected with each other about the with great power philosophy and shared deaths, Toby's Peter knows that May's death was not purposeless and that there can be something taken out of.
Maybe she didn't die for nothing, Peter.
So Peter does take something out of it, and they all start curing the villains, which then also ends up with Peter taking the philosophy even further and giving everything up to do the right thing, like May did. And that is a beautiful way to turn a horrible event into something positive. So take what you want from these mentalities and see how it can help you in your own life. And if you would like more videos like these to achieve your goals, improve your life, be happier, all that great stuff, hit the subscribe button to stay notified for my next videos. I hope you got inspired by this video. Let me know in the comments what superheroes mean to you, and if you feel comfortable sharing, tell me how superheroes improved or changed your life. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I haven't felt a lot of inspiration lately, and I was also busy with this research I just mentioned. My next video is gonna be about the Batman, which is gonna be a video essay again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.